Welcome, and today we're talking about pricing as we do on this channel, but this is a pricing clinic. Now, some of you may be familiar with my marketing clinic that I have often done in the past, which are live presentations. Hey, let me move this light over a little bit here. And so I wanted to start a pricing clinic where now that this channel is starting to grow a little faster, there are more people who are watching these videos, and this is the beginning. There may be some people who show up, there may not be, but there'll definitely be some opportunity for questions for those who are catching this on the replay. And I'm hoping to do this on most Mondays, probably noon, 1 o'clock. Well, the marketing clinic I have slated for noon. So we'll probably do the pricing on average probably around 1 o'clock. I'll probably throw something up on Twitter to let people know what's going on as this kind of develops. I'll kind of get a rhythm down. Maybe it'll be 12:30 for the pricing clinic, because it wouldn't take much more than an hour to get that done between the two. Good half hour for each clinic. So people who follow this channel, they're interested in pricing and becoming a more profitable photographer. Pricing is the core, but not everything is about pricing. There are other business concepts related to becoming a more profitable photography business. And that's certainly what we focus on here. That is the ultimate goal, being more profitable. And so I want to go through today and just talk about problems people have when pricing their photography, and maybe some solutions, and of course answering your questions to help you become more profitable. Keep an eye out next Monday. I will be doing this again, and we'll see if we can't really get a good rhythm going. And I should be able to make most Mondays. Of course, if I have an assignment, we'll make adjustments. But hey, that's what this stuff is all about, live. And again, I'll keep you informed on Twitter. At Rosh Sillars is my Twitter handle, and you can catch me over there. Make sure you follow me and say hello. Oops, I just hit the little desk here. And say hello. That's really important to me too. You saying hello. Let me know. Let me know your questions on Twitter too, and let me know that you're connecting with me and that you appreciate the work. And maybe specifically, what is it that I need to share with you? What kind of videos do you need to see to help you with your photography business, making it more profitable? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about, I think, is really important. A lot of times when we get a phone call, we get an email or a text asking us to create some images, and we're not sure what to do next. How do we go about this? Well, we understand our basic cost of doing business, but do you have something that you can reference? And what I would recommend you do is have a basic reference sheet to work from. It doesn't have to be public. It doesn't have to be even for your main types of photography. Maybe you do portraits day in, day out. You know what you're doing, but then someone comes along and says, hey, I want a corporate group shot. And you don't normally do corporate group shots. Most of your stuff is family. What are you going to do in that case? Well, you need to figure that out ahead of time and put a list together, at least a starting point. And hey, maybe there's a usage issue. What do? Well, you can increase things by percentages. So let's say most of your stuff is local, and you're just used to saying, hey, it's $250 every time. $250, I do this for $250, $250. Then someone says, well, this is going to be a national campaign. Oh, well, then I'm going to have to increase that by 50%, 100%, 200%, depending on the usage and how it's going to be used. Just because it's national doesn't mean it's going to be widely distributed. So you need to ask, how is this going to be shared in the media or advertising and so forth? What's the distribution? And that'll help you. So take a moment and write that stuff down. Now, another problem people have when pricing is, honestly, sharing too much information too early, not asking enough questions. When someone calls you or emails you about pricing photography, gather the questions. Don't give them a price while you're talking to them. Take the time to ask good questions. How is this going to be used? When do you need this? Are there any images that you've seen of mine that you would like me to kind of replicate? What images in my portfolio did you see? And that will give you a sense that'll honestly give you a sense of what it is that they're looking for. And because you've taken that type of image before, you have a sense of how long it takes to create that image. It'll give you really a better chance of coming up with a proper price and being profitable for your photography. So definitely take the time to write things down. Don't give people an immediate response as soon as they ask the question. Another thing you can do is ask fellow photographers and say, hey, these are the types of photographs I do. What do you do? Hey, if I ever have a question, would you mind if I give you a call? And you can do the same for me if you have a question on types of photography I do, because sometimes people meet, photographers meet, do two different types of photography, and sometimes just bouncing ideas off of each other. And sometimes both don't even know. It's like, wow, that is a weird request. What do we do? Now, sometimes I do recommend that you pass those assignments on to that person and say, hey, maybe take a little fee for that. 10% is fine as a referral fee, because it's your reputation. And if you mess up something that you're not quite sure you have the ability to do, hey, I personally would refer it. Or if you're really convinced that you got to do this, it's a client that you really want to work with, they have other things that you just don't want to lose this opportunity, find an assistant who has done that type of work, or find another photographer, maybe at a lower level, who's willing to assist you just to help. You can call them number 2 photographer if you want, or however you wish to go about it, but something that will get somebody else in the room to help you, someone who's been there, done that, and knows the things that you probably aren't thinking of at this point in time. And that's really helpful for pricing too, because sometimes wow, you need a water truck to help get the street all sparkly, or you need a Digitech for something like this because you need to be focused over here, or you need someone who knows how to do this type of lighting properly. If you don't, you need a good grip or a lighting professional to help you with that. Oh, models, yes, this is where you can get the best models for this type of project. I mean, little things you may not be thinking of when putting together your estimate, but to have someone to talk with about that, and that way you are not finding yourself in a bad situation before you give somebody your final bid. So you want to protect yourself in those situations, and truly do understand how these images are going to be used, and just keep asking a lot of questions. Ask if the folks have, here's a big tell. If somebody has worked with photography before or hasn't worked with photography before, it does make a difference sometimes. People who've never worked with a photographer before may have no clue. And so that means you have to educate them a little bit more. And not everybody wants to be educated, especially people who have worked with photographers before. So there's nothing wrong with having the mindset of, hey, I want to educate people. I need to do a better job of educating people. But if they worked with photographers before, chances are they don't feel like being educated unless you have something that they've never dealt with before in the past. Okay, so my question to you: what are some of the things that you do to help you become more profitable in your photography business? What are some of the things that help you, for example, like I said, having that list of types of photography that you maybe normally don't do, or referring to other or connecting with other photographers, or not offering prices over the phone immediately? What are some of the things that you do to protect yourself, to make sure that when you finally send that estimate over, that bid over, that quote over, that you know that you're in the right ballpark at least? What are some of those things? Okay, looking forward to your questions. I'm looking forward to more of these one-on-ones moving forward. These Monday pricing clinics, probably, I'm thinking, my gut says 12:30 on Mondays, most Mondays. And so again, I'll catch you on Twitter if you're wondering, and I'll keep everybody informed. And I want to make more videos for you, so you need to tell me the topics you are most interested in. You have a great day.